I pray that everyone is doing okay. Wow. Here we go again. Another week has come and gone. Glory be to the supreme intellect of the universe. Sorry for the late start. But without further ado, I'm going to go straight into it. So we're going to start our prayers this evening, this Erev Shabbat service in the book of Psalms, starting with the Psalms 92 song. Hallelujah. Song for the Shabbat day. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It is a good thing to give thanks unto Jehovah and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning and thy faithfulness every night. Upon the instrument of 10 strings and upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Jehovah, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Jehovah, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Jehovah, art most high forevermore. For lo thy enemies, O Jehovah, for lo thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shall thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ear shall hear the desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Jehovah shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Jehovah is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Please now turn to Psalms 125. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
They that trust in Jehovah shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. As the mountains around about Jerusalem, so is Jehovah round about his people, from henceforth even forever. For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands unto iniquity. Do good, O Jehovah, unto those that be good, and to them that are upright in their hearts. As for such that turn aside to their crooked ways, Jehovah shall lead them forth with the workers of iniquity, but peace shall be upon Israel. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now can we also turn to the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, starting at verse 13. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Jehovah honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Jehovah, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Yaakov thy father. For the mouth of Jehovah has spoken it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now please turn to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 4. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shema Yisrael, Yehovah Eloheinu, Yehovah Echad. Hear, O Israel, Yehovah our God, Yehovah is one. And thou shalt love Yehovah thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when Jehovah thy God shall have brought thee into the land which he swore to thy fathers, to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities which thou buildest not, and houses full of all good things which thou fillest not, wells digged which thou diggest not, vineyards and olive trees which thou plantest not. When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget Jehovah, which brought thee forth out the land of Egypt, out the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear Jehovah thy God, and serve him, and shalt swear by his name. You shall not go after the gods of people which are round about you, for Jehovah thy God is a jealous God amongst you. Lest the anger of Yehovah thy God be kindled against thee, and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Hallelujah.
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 All glory and praise due to the Most High King, the King of the universe, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and to the God of Jacob, to the Most High King. To thee shall we give all glory, honor, and praises to. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Torah Yehovah, Most High King, Torah Yah, for the life of our loved ones, for all of the people who we hold dear to us, Torah Yehovah, Most High King. Torah Yehovah, Most High King, for the life of Chief Prince Zakor, founder and leader of Nishlackyah. Torah Yehovah, for his life, dear Heavenly Father. May you inscribe him in the book of life, Vakashaya. Torah Yehovah, Most High King, for his Bane, Chief Nat, dear Heavenly Father. Torah Yehovah, for his life, and may you be with him and his family. Most High King, please also be with Chief Naphtali, the leader of SOG, Vakashaya Yehovah. Lastly, Most High King Yehovah, Most High, please also be with Chief Malachi ben Naphtali, Torah Yehovah, Most High King, for the lessons he has taught me in the 20 years of knowing him. Torah Yehovah, Most High King. Creator of heaven and earth, the Most High King of the universe, my Abba even. Please lend a listening ear, Bavakasha. Please open up the heavens to the voices of your creation. You alone created man all by yourself and formed him from the dust of the ground. There is none greater or who can perform your glory. You make mountains skip and create tornadoes, tsunamis, and so much more. There is no other God but you. Dear Lord, please hear the cries of those hearts that are heavy this night. Please lend a listening ear. Please take away any unclean thoughts or desires. Please remove any feelings of doubt and fear. You said you are angry with the wicked every day. Please don't inscribe us in the book of life as such. May you, Most High, if it be your will, be a defense unto us, Bavakashaya. You are my defense. You watch over me, the Heavenly Father, and my loved ones. Torah Yehovah, Most High King, for your mercy. You said that you would be with those who are upright in heart. Most High King, please don't forsake us. Please remove the burdens of our soul, of our hearts, Bavakashaya. Please hear our supplication and grant us peace of mind and spirit. Amen.
Amen.
So this evening, I decided to read from the book of Ruth. And how that came about, I know my sister, my beloved sister, Princess Yashara, came last week for the Shabbat service, went over just like the virtues of a woman, of a good wife. And I thought that was beautiful. Did an excellent job, by the way. If you're listening tonight, Torah Yah for that lesson. Definitely learned a lot from it. And also during the week, Chief Malachi also went over the woman's worth as well. And so it just caused me to really just think about, okay, well, who do I consider to be like my shero out of the wonderful mothers of old? And I thought of Deborah, and it didn't really strike a chord with me. And then I thought of Mother Miriam, and I was like, okay, all right. But and then all of a sudden, a light bulb went off. Ruth. I said, Ruth, wow, okay, well, let me ponder on this a little bit more. Why Ruth? And, here's a woman who followed her mother-in-law purely off of faith. And if my beloved sister right here beside me can turn to the book of Ruth, we're going to expand. I'm going to go into it a little bit more. So we're going to turn to the book of Ruth. My lesson is not going to be very long this evening. But I do pray that we get something positive out of it. Okay, here we go. All right. So if you could please, Princess Nechamyah, read from chapter 1, starting chapter 1, verse 1.
We're in the book of Ruth, starting from chapter 1, verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion. Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah, and they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died, also both of them. And the woman was left of her 2 sons, the woman, Nishlackyah, was left of her 2 sons and her husband.
Okay, so far, what's been read is, basically there was a famine in the land, and here's a family that had to migrate to a different location so that they could find means, so they could find food and be able to take care of themselves. But while they were there in these 10 years, unfortunately, Mother Naomi, not only did she lose her ish, she also lost both of her sons. So now she's just left behind with her daughters-in-law at that, who are Moabites. So they were not raised in this way of life. They were not raised hearing and knowing of the Most High King, Yehovah Elohim. But here they go. Here she has these 2 women as her daughters. Please continue on. Continue.
Starting at verse 6. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab now that Yehovah had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. Yehovah deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead.
Okay, so stop and speak out. So here we have, now that Naomi has already lost her husband, she's lost both her sons, and now she's just remaining with her daughter-in-laws. So now she hears that back home that the Most High has blessed the land, has blessed the people, and they have provision, they have food there. So she packs up all her things, and she's like, okay, let's roll out, let's go back home, let's go back to Judah. But then the journey begins, and Naomi is like, well, hold on, maybe I'm not being, fair to these young women. This is really their land, the land of, the Moabites. This is where they belong. This is where they come from. Maybe they might want to stay. Maybe they really don't want to come follow me. Let me give them an opportunity to fall back and go back to their people if they so choose, and if that's what they really want to do. I'm not going to have them follow me miles and miles away to my homeland, and that's not really what's in their heart. Please continue.
And Yehovah grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept.
Okay, stop right there. So it says here, Jehovah grants you, and now she's saying, she's speaking to her daughters-in-law, she says, may the Most High grant you that you may find rest, right? So rest, and if you break down the word in definition, it's cease. May you find, comfort and be able to be relaxed, find rest. When you rest, you usually tend to relax. May you be, at ease and refreshed, and even have received some sort of strength being in the comfort of being with your husband, being in your husband's house. May the Most High grant you peace, basically. May you feel relaxed. How great that must be to know that you can be in a household where you feel that comfortable, where you can be relaxed with your significant other. That other person that the Most High allows to be in your life. When you can find that peace, when you can feel relaxed, being around that person, being able to share your thoughts and feelings and fears and wants and needs and vice versa, how beautiful that is when you're able to live cohesively together in that way. So Naomi, she blesses them. She says, you know what, I pray for you that you find rest in the house of your husband. That she kissed them after that. She kissed them and said, go, please go. May the Most High bless you. There's so many of us right now, even to this day, who don't really feel that love or that peace or feel relaxed in our homes. Whether it's a sister or even a brother, and it shouldn't be that way. The Most High wants us to be happy. The Most High wants us to be at peace. So may the Most High grant us peace. Please continue.
And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them for having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes, that the hand of Jehovah is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her.
Okay, stop right there. So even after now, Naomi already gave you a blessing and said, may the Most High bless you. May you find comfort and peace in the house of your husband. And the daughters-in-law are like, no, we're going to come with you, Mom. We're going to follow you. We're going to keep moving. And she's like, nah. Naomi's like, nah. It's not fair to you. How can, I'm not going to be able to give you any children. I mean, I'm an old woman. If I was to even be as lucky to even receive a husband tonight and get pregnant, are you going to sit around and wait for these babies to grow up to become, boys, men, and so forth, and become husbands? Nah, by the time all of that happens, you're going to be as old as I am right now. Not going to happen. So she's like, go, please, just go home. Let me be. Oprah, on one hand, she's like, you know what? All right, cool. I'm going to go back to the home of my nativity and let it be what it's going to be. I'm out. I'm out. But Ruth, on the other hand, wow. It says she clave onto her mother-in-law. She clave onto her. She would not let go. She wouldn't break free. She found a way to break even through the hard exterior of Mother Naomi's heart, because I know her heart had to be heavy, knowing that she had lost so much. She lost her husband, her protector, her shield, really, here on this earth. Her king. he was gone. The person who was there to provide for her, he no longer existed. And her sons, you know, her protection, her bodyguards, you know, how mothers are with their children, especially sons with their mom. They love to protect their mom. She doesn't even have that anymore, you know. So now Ruth is like, nah, I'm not going to do this to you, Mom. You know, you're not a young woman. You know, you're going to be out here in this wilderness traveling to and fro by yourself. Not cool. I'm not going to leave you. So she clave onto her. Blessed be the soul of Mother Ruth. And it was able to get to Naomi. Even with Naomi trying to push her away, she still figured out a way to say, nah, you stuck with me. Please continue.
And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. Verse 16. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will be I buried. Jehovah, do so to me, and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left, speaking unto her.
Okay, stop right there. So, as been read, you know, thus far, Ruth is saying, where thou diest, I also will die, and there will I be buried. I mean, that's just her daughter-in-law, but the love that she had for Mother Naomi, she had compassion for this woman. She had a strong compassion for her. Ruth was willing to follow steadfast with her mother-in-law to a God she just learned, you know, in her adulthood. She was devoted. She was devoted to Mother Naomi. Ruth felt compelled to follow her heart, despite of not knowing what was before the both of them, not really knowing if they were even going to make it to the land of Judah. But just putting her trust in the Creator, putting blind faith in the trust of the Most High. She must have had some sort of insight, foresight, you know, to know that, you know what? He got you. He got your back. The Most High got you. Don't worry about it. Stay with Mother Naomi, and I'm going to get you to your destination. It's all good. So she put her trust in the Most High. Ruth felt compelled. So she allowed the Spirit of God to move through her, to guide her even into the unknown, right? By giving her compassion, even saying to Naomi, where thou diest, I will die. And they will, where you bury, that's where I'm going to bury. So basically, you stuck with me, Mom. I'm not going anywhere. It is what it is. Yo, let's just do this. I got your back. How many of you can say the same thing? How many of you can say you can show love to your brothers or your sisters with such devotion? When the chips are down and when you hear or get word that you have, you know, someone in your circle, whatever, that you know that is sick, who's ill, who's in the hospital, how many of you are going to pick up the phone really and truly and be like, yo, bro, sis, how you feeling? How you doing? Yo, I got word that you was down. Is everything all right? You need anything? You know, that's showing compassion right there, showing that you care. You know, sometimes that's all a person really needs. Sometimes is just for you to just pick up the phone and be like, yo, what's good? I ain't spoke to you in like forever. You know what I mean? Sometimes I can uplift a person's spirit too. So I really feel that we need to practice having more compassion towards one another. Because in doing so also, you're going to be more considerate about how you deal with people as well and how you speak to other people. You're not going to be brash when you're responding to certain situations because you're going to take the time to consider and be like, well, hold on. If somebody was to respond to me in the same fashion, Would I appreciate it? Would I like it? And more often than not, when you answer that question for yourself, most likely, no, you won't. So overall, my lesson, I feel, is geared towards having more compassion. I feel if we had more compassion in this world, there would be less crime, less sin, less heartache, less pain, less drama, if we just took the time to consider the next person. Don't get me wrong, there's times when sometimes you have to, you know, be stern and let people know, you know what, I'm not the one, don't play with me, whatever. But of course, you always give them forewarning, you know, like, okay, if you don't fall back, you know, it's about to get crazy. So, you know, but definitely started off with having compassion. And like I said, I feel like if we had more of that, then people wouldn't be so impetus in temper or have tendencies to look down even on others as well. Because if you have compassion, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna consider. You're not gonna be looking down at someone and be like, oh man, you did such and such back in the day, or, you know, you're gonna consider, like, well, hold on, I ain't been perfect either. What am I talking about? Okay? So, I really hope that you were able to get something out of this. It was short and sweet, but I pray that it was concise. I pray that the Most High allowed my words to touch someone's heart. I'm going to read watch, which is W spelled W-A-T-C-H, watch. And I'm going to ask for you to please just watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts because they become your words. Watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become habits. Watch your habits because they become part of your character. Watch your character. They become your destiny. Torah Yehovah for the life of everyone who's listening in the sound of my voice this evening. Torah Yehovah for your life. Torah Yehovah for the life of your loved ones. May the Most High grant you peace. That's pretty much it for this evening. So I would like to close out, if we may. Sure. I'll say something. It's fine. Hallelujah.
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 To the God of Abraham, to the God of Isaac, and to the God of Jacob, to the Most High King. To thee shall we give all glory, honor, and praises to. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Torah Yehovah Most High. Torah Yehovah Most High King, for allowing us to make it through another week. Great is thy mercy. Torah Yehovah Most High King, for allowing us to have shelter, allowing us to have mazon, food to eat. Torah Yehovah. Torah Yehovah Most High King, again, for the leader of Nechamyah Israel, Chief Prince of Zebulun, the Heavenly Father, Torah Yehovah for his life and his leadership and his wisdom. Most High King, please grant him peace. Most High King also again be with his Bane, Chief Nat, and his family. Please also be with Chief Naphtali, the leader of SOG, Barakashah Yehovah. Most High King also be with my East Chief Malachi, the Naphtali, Barakashah. Please be with our children, our daughters, Nishlackyah, Saria, and Nechamyah. Please also be with my sister wife even, Nechamyah. Please grant her peace and please hear her supplication and her prayer. Please be with my beloved extended family, my brothers and sisters who I love dearly. Torah Yehovah for their lives, dear Heavenly Father. Torah Yehovah, Most High King, for allowing me to have individuals who are striving for righteousness around me, dear Heavenly Father. May you continue to shine your light upon us, Barakashah Yehovah. May we be a beacon of lights to and fro, wherever we may go throughout the earth, dear Heavenly Father. When individuals see us, may they say, you know what, surely there's something different about that person, dear Heavenly Father. And may the words that come forth out of our lips be that of yours, dear Heavenly Father. May you grant us knowledge, wisdom, but most of all, understanding. Please be with all those who may be feeling sick and ailing, dear Heavenly Father, those who may have just recently gone through surgeries, dear King. Most High, please give them speedy recovery, for you are the doctor of doctors and Lord of lords, dear Heavenly Father. There is none greater than you, dear Heavenly Father. Total Yahweh, Most High King. Even for the life of my grandmother, Alva McCullough, dear Heavenly Father, for her life is dwindling, dear King, and you know, I pray, dear Heavenly Father, that you have mercy and allow me to make it back up north to see her before you decided to call her spirit back home to you, dear King. There's none like unto you, Most High King. I put my trust into you, dear Heavenly Father. Toda Yahweh for all things and everything. Hallelujah.
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 Amen.
Amen.
Please tune in tomorrow, 10:30, Most High willing, to our YouTube channel. And I pray that you guys have a beautiful night. You know that Shema Israel is located at 297 Saratoga Avenue between Dean and Pacific. Zip code 11233. And don't forget to press like on your computer screen or cell phones. And Most High willing, you all have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.